Compliance notice to all authorized GST Section 65A withholders. The Internal Revenue Commission wishes to remind all authorized GST Section 65A withholders of their obligations under the GST Act and the Tax Administration Act 2017. The IRC has identified several instances where GST amounts withheld from suppliers have not been remitted to the IRC as required under Section 65A of the GST Act. The withheld but unremitted amounts are deemed to be goods and services tax payable by the withholder for the purposes of the Goods and Services Tax Act 2003. Based on IRC records, including IFMS data, compliance monitoring records, and lodgement histories, the IRC will be taking necessary action against non-compliant withholders who have failed to remit GST amounts withheld from suppliers, failed to lodge the required Form S65A returns, and/or failed to comply with prior notices and compliance reminders issued by the IRC. The IRC wishes to emphasize that GST amounts withheld under Section 65A are public monies collected and held in trust on behalf of the state, and must be remitted promptly in accordance with the law. Immediate action required. All authorized Section 65A withholders with outstanding withholding liabilities are strongly urged to take immediate corrective action by remitting all outstanding GST Section 65A withholding amounts without delay and lodging the corresponding Form S65A returns promptly with the IRC operational teams or directly through your respective IRC regional operations offices. The timely lodgement of Form S65A is mandatory and forms a critical part of the withholding compliance framework. Failure to comply. Withholders who continue to fail in meeting their obligations may be subject to enforcement action, including, but not limited to, penalties and additional charges as provided under the law, recovery and enforcement actions by the IRC, and other compliance measures available to the Commissioner General under the Tax Administration Act 2017 and GST Act. The IRC encourages all government departments, statutory authorities, provincial health authorities, provincial administrations, district development authorities, local level governments, state-owned entities, and other authorized withholders to review their Section 65A compliance status immediately and regularize any outstanding obligations. The IRC remains committed to strengthening tax compliance and ensuring the proper administration of the GST withholding regime in Papua New Guinea. For further clarification or assistance, taxpayers and withholders are encouraged to contact or to visit the nearest Regional Operations Office for more information. Authorized by Mr. Sam Loy, Acting Commissioner General.